Stop me if you've heard this before. Controversial fourth down decision by Brandon Staley. This fourth down decision, not controversial. I paused it here. Fourth down and goal by the Vikings, down 4 points. I think most people agree this is the time to go for it. I guess in theory you could kick a field goal, but no, you got to go for it here. Kirk Cousins is going to take the snap. He's going to look towards his left, fires towards his left. Ball's knocked away. Flag was on the offense. It was declined. So, Chargers not quite in kneel down territory, but in a pretty good spot. Going over here, they got a first down, now trying to get another one to ice the game. If they get the first down here, the ball game is over. Vikings are out of timeouts at this point. Fourth down and 1, and it's a decision time, and you see the decision. Brandon Staley is going for it. This was a very tightly contested decision. Well, you know me, I like analytics. What do the analytics say here? They're actually, it's not just saying go for it, but they strongly say you should go for it. In fact, it's saying you have nearly a 10% win percentage total higher if you decide to go for it, which seems a bit surprising, but I created a little chart to kind of just run through it and visualize why it does make sense to go for it here. First, a couple of just numbers we have to discuss. 73% conversion rate on 4th and 1. That is, the average team on 4th and 1. They, convert 73% of the time. Also, 22% of drives, just in general, end in a touchdown. Not in general, but when you're starting at your own 30-yard line, that's when they end up resulting in a touchdown. This is a little bit of outdated data I'm using, but it'll at least get us in the ballpark. And then roughly 45% of drives starting at around the 25 of your opponent and in a touchdown. Again, bit outdated of stats. It's from a study I did 4 years ago. So not exactly perfect, the 22% and the 45%, but in the ballpark. And, again, we'll get into the rest of it in a second. So this is the chart. This is what could happen if the Chargers decide to go for it here. 73%, the Chargers convert to fourth down, and they just win outright. So 73% they win. As for the other 27%, it's divided up with there's a 15% chance that the Chargers don't convert but still get a stop and therefore win. And a 12% chance the Vikings score and take the lead, meaning there's an 88% chance the Chargers win. It's actually slightly higher than 88% if all these numbers are true, because there is the scenario where the Chargers or where the Vikings score and take the lead, but then the Chargers also score and force overtime or win. But the odds of that happening are so slim that I decided just, for easy math to not even include it, but a little bit higher than 88%. Meanwhile, on the flip side, if the Vikings score and take the lead, there's about a 22% chance that happens. This would be on a punt. So if you punt it down the field, there would be about a 22% chance the Vikings would score and take the lead. And again, if we'll just assume that they would win in that scenario, it still means that Chargers 78% chance of winning, but that's pretty significantly lower. That little math I did is right around where the analytics spot had it at, which is right around a 10% jump there. We can again do the thing that people say analytics-minded people don't do, even though, we do, which is take situation into account. That's just what the raw numbers say. But at the end of the day, this is not just a blank slate. We see two really good offenses and not great defenses. Does that change much? I actually think it means that there's more of a reason why you should go for it. I think when you have a good offense, field position does matter less. And also when you have a good offense, you're more likely to go for it on 4th and 1. The play itself ends up being a rush and gets stopped right there. Again, you can argue about, is that the correct play call there? Certainly some debate to be had there. But again, we can nitpick play calls in every game all day long. The reality is I'm mostly concerned about the fourth down decision making, which to me, again, was the correct call. And it worked earlier. The reason why the Chargers are up in the first place was because they made a good decision to go for it earlier in the game that turned 3 points into 7 points, and now they're up 4 points. So, again, good stuff, I think, by the Chargers' fourth down decision making. It also took us to here, where this is the end of the game, just to see how things would go. First down and goal for the Vikings here, down for 12 seconds left. Kirk Cousins is going to take the snap. He is going to eventually fire, and it results in an interception. So at the end of the day, again, maybe some other small things I didn't really talk about, such as there is the time to play with. There is the time component of this. If you punt the ball away, the Vikings would have to go down the field, with 2 minutes, no timeouts left, but that's still probably enough time. Granted, they kind of screwed up the clock in this scenario, but you would still assume that the time isn't a massive reason one way or the other to change things. Maybe makes it a little bit more of a reason why you should punt, but not a 10% reason, in my opinion. I like the call. Think it was the correct one. Didn't work out. That's how football works, is not every call is going to work out, even if it's the correct one. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.